Live from the Riverwalk downtown, this is San Antonio Living on News 4 WOAI.
She gon' do a thing. After the beat drop.
Welcome back to San Antonio Living. If you're like my family, one of you has already had the flu, and several of you have probably had it twice now. Maybe even a strain that's not even protected by the flu shot. So we need to get some answers as far as what you can do at this point in the flu season to protect yourself. And this morning, we are joined by Dr. Barry Ritz out of New York this morning. He's a nutritional immunology specialist. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Barry.
It's my pleasure, Shelley.
Hey, we have had the flu here in our newsroom. We've all been sick. One of my colleagues had the flu go through her family that wasn't even protected by the flu shot, which we never even knew there was multiple strains of the flu. So this year's a pretty bad year.
Okay. Yeah, we're all learning about the flu through this season, aren't we? I'm sorry that it's being passed around your workplace, but that's common. At this point, the CDC is reporting 50 out of 50 states with widespread or regional influenza activity. So this is a tough year. Flu is always bad. 200,000 hospitalizations, 36,000 deaths per year, mostly among the elderly, those over the age of 65. But this year in particular, flu season has been escalated in part because of the ineffectiveness of the flu vaccine.
So when does a flu season end, and if you haven't gotten a flu shot, what should you do to protect yourself?
Okay, so in terms of the flu shot itself, just one important point is that the flu vaccine can offer some cross protection, even when it's not effective at limiting infection. It can perhaps reduce the severity. What happened this year is that 1 out of the 3 strains covered by the flu vaccine simply doesn't match with the common circulating strains that are causing infection. And flu season isn't over. It generally extends, and especially a severe season like this, into April or even May.
Okay, so there are some steps that we can take to really help our immune system protect against the flu. What are those steps?
Well, there are some basic common sense strategies like washing our hands or staying home from work so we don't infect everyone else at the workplace, getting plenty of rest and de-stressing if at all possible. My interest, of course, is nutrition, so a healthy diet. My research specifically is focused on natural food-derived compounds like you expect to find in dietary supplements and health food stores, for example, and whether they can actually boost the immune response to influenza infection. My colleagues and I recently published a study in which we evaluated a natural compound from Japan. It's called active hexose correlated compound from Japan, but in the U.S. is available as a dietary supplement called Empower. And this compound did help. We were able to boost the immune response to influenza infection, lessen the severity of disease, help clear virus more effectively from the lungs. So it is the case that by addressing the immune system, including through nutritional interventions, we can deal with these kinds of infectious threats better and really protect ourselves throughout flu season and all year long.
What about vitamin C? I know a lot of us here at work pile on the vitamin C when people start to drop, and we hope that that will protect us. Are we doing ourselves a service or a disservice?
You're doing yourself a service. Vitamin C was one of the first nutrients to enter our thinking in terms of the specific role that a nutrient plays on immune status. And I've been telling other people recently that any single vitamin or mineral, any specific nutrient, if eliminated from the diet, results in immune dysfunction. So it's amazing how these nutrients from a well-balanced diet play into specifically our immune health. So vitamin C is extremely important. There are studies on that as well. I'm looking at some of the food-derived compounds other than micronutrients like minerals and vitamins, and whether some of these claims for immune-boosting supplements really hold true.
And do they, as far as you can tell so far?
Well, in my experience thus far, there are some things in the arsenal, like this study showed, this active hexose correlated compound from Japan that's Empower as a dietary supplement, derived from mushrooms, by the way, which is a source of immune-enhancing compounds. This product did work very well in my studies. And the study itself is available at empowerinfo.com if anyone's interested in actually looking at the study and reading more about it. And that's immune. It's spelled like immune, so it's IMM Power Info.
Okay, and so that's something that we can find on the store shelves under the name Empower.
Yes, absolutely. It's available in health food stores as far as I know.
All right. Well, thank
And also,
you so much.
if there's,
Go ahead.
thank you. If there's additional information that's needed and the web isn't available, 800-820-9697 is another source of this to get the study.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Barry Ritz. And again, the information that we've been talking about this hour comes from American Biosciences. And you can get some information on the products we just mentioned at AmericanBiosciences.com. Coming up next on San Antonio.